Live. It's a live Q&A, baby. Oh man, I'm saying that lip, that chapstick, that chappy chap got my lips looking shiny. They looking shiny as hell. You know what I'm saying? Guys, if you can hear me and see me, go ahead, drop that one in the chat. I'll make sure my audio's good. About to get TT live in here too. Gotta keep it TT live. Greetings. What's going on, guys? Y'all know what time it is. We live. You can hear me and see me. Type one in the chat. Want to make sure I'm good, man. Want to make sure I'm being seen. I'm being heard before we dive in. Where everybody at? Type one in that chat if you can hear me and see me, man. If my sounds is working. I gotta make sure my YouTube looking kind of. There we go. Now we good. I gotta turn that brightness up. It's looking kind of dim over there. Guys, if you can hear me and see me, type one in the chat. Want to make sure we good, man. Give it a minute for people to get on here. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's goody? What's good? What's good? Guys, if you can hear me, if you can see me, type one in that chat, man. Just want to make sure we good. Want to make sure everything's working. What up, Stizzy? Appreciate the love, Stizzy. You know what I'm saying? What up? What up? What up? What's good? All right, we almost ready. We almost ready. YT. TikTok, if y'all can hear me, type one in the chat. Yeah, what's going on with my chat on YouTube, man? All right, here we go. All right. Guys, never give up hope, man. No matter what the haters say, no matter what the haters do, man, never give up hope. I just fixed the setting. Now my chat's working. We got Ashley Negron. What up, Ashley? You know what I'm saying? Oh Gunny 813. What up? Online gamer 330. You know what I'm saying? What up? No Akiner. My beard is bigger than yours, bro. It's good for you, man. Shout out to you for your big beard genetics, man. I'm happy for you. Addie's Health Club says, Ashley. Sometimes you gotta get it, Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Hello, how are you? I'm stupendous. Amy says, I have a question. Ask your question, man. I don't like it when people come in the chat on a Q&A and say, I have a question. Just ask your question and I'll get to it. My real name is Embray. What's up, Embray? You know what I'm saying? Where they be making Embrays at? Guys, type in the chat, where y'all from? I ain't never met an Embray. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never done that before. Leo Walter. Here's the quote of the day, young man. Being alive means means nothing when you're alone. It's just quiet. It's just a quieter kind of death. Is that the quote of the day? That should sound kind of somber. What? Who told you that was the quote of the day, man? Did you just invent that, or you read that somewhere? How do you feel about sugar-free liquid IV and Propel? I think it's whack in comparison to Element T. I think Element T is the best. It's the best electrolytes on the market. Speaking of electrolytes, I'm about to put some magnesium in my water, and I'm about to get some sodium right now. Can I have diet advice, bro, please? Yeah, man. What do you have a question about? If you just want general advice, the diet is essentially just ways to get into a calorie deficit. That's it. Your objective on a diet is to create a deficit of calories, burn more calories than you consume. If you do that successfully, the diet is successful. You lose fat. What's a good protein bar to eat? One that has 20 grams of protein and relatively 20 grams or less of carbs. I just want general, bro. Yeah, man, you can just go grab the free fat loss system. The link's in the bio of my TikTok page. You guys in YouTube, you're in luck. The link is right there for you in the chat to go get my free fat loss system. You guys hold that thought. Let me get my here go my electrolytes that my man was just asking about. LMNT, man, way better than liquid IV and Propel. Bro, can I take whey protein at 14? I don't see why not. Whey protein is just powdered food. You know what I'm saying? That's like asking, can you eat food that you drink? Yeah. Is Barbells a good protein bar? I think so. I just had a Barbells protein bar before this live. Female with cottage cheese thighs. Cottage cheese lady, you need to start getting the calorie deficit as fast as possible. Yes, you do, because that's the only reason your legs out here looking like cottage cheese, looking like dairy products, because all that cellulite is a product of too much body fat. If you burn more calories than you consume, and you do it on a consistent basis, you won't have that problem no more. What do you call a lesbian dinosaur? A lick a lickalotopus? Oh, I see what you did there. Good job. Good joke. It's funny. Because I know the workout part, I'm trying to see what to eat so I keep my muscles maintained. I think if you're looking for like a special food list, there is none because there's no special foods for fat loss. That's why you haven't found the answer to that question. You know, the answer is calorie deficit. Your understanding of that answer is the issue. If you don't understand what that means, then you haven't done the work to understand how many calories you need to consume for your body, because calorie deficit is different for everyone. I have a very simple math equation that's in the fat loss system I give y'all for free, but you basically just find out what your BMR is and either eat that amount of calories, right? Because your BMR is your basal metabolic rate. That's how many calories your body burns at rest. And then you just exceed that amount in activity, or you eat less than that amount and let your body just burn in a deficit on its own. That's usually what I tell my clients to do. I say take your BMR, subtract 200 calories, use that as your fat loss number, hit that number of calories every day, and then just stay consistent with it for at least a week. Track your weight loss. You're going to lose weight if you do it. I've tested it for 9 years. Like, I know this shit works. If you do it, right, you do hit those calories every day, and you don't lose weight. I got news for you. Your metabolism's fucking trash. And then that's a bigger problem. You worship a convicted felon president. Do I? I didn't know I did. The 35 pounds feels so light when I do 40 pounds. I can't lift more than 3 reps. Any tips? Yeah, just lift that 3 reps, right? And then, the next time you do that weight, right? Just see if you can get 4 reps. The idea is to find a weight that's difficult and then get stronger with that weight while still maintaining good form. I don't know what lift you're using for 45 pounds. Like, are you saying squats? Are you saying deadlifts? Are you saying rows, presses, shoulder press, curls? If you're saying curls, then it makes sense because curls is an isolation movement. It's only one muscle group that primarily involved in that. So you're not going to have a ton of strength carry over in 5-pound increments. But if you're talking about compound lifts, like the other ones I said, squats, rows, deadlifts, bench presses, things like that incorporate multiple muscle groups, you should be able to progressively overload, like my man just typed in the chat, and have no problem. Yeah, if you're looking to like go up 5 pounds every time you do some curls, that's your problem. That's just the muscle group is too small for that rate of progression. You gotta slow down, bro. You give great advice, man. I like all your videos. You know your stuff. I appreciate that. I'm just old, man. I'm just old and consistent. I've been doing this shit 9 years. What's up, McFlurry? Did you enjoy Pride Month? What you mean, June? Yeah, June was great. June was a good month. I went on my first cruise. Hey man, I love your videos. Your advice on what to buy in the stores really helped me. I'm glad to hear that. Chicago's in the building. What up? What up, Shot City? What other cities we got in the chat, man? Try to drop your city in the chat. I got family in the shop, man. South Side. Shout out to them. Bro, I tried McCormick seasoning in one of your videos. It was fire. Yeah, McCormick is lit. Upper Michigan. Okay. The UP's in the building. Shout out to Michigan, man. That's my home state. Did your family support your transition? Not at first. At first my family was really afraid when I transitioned to a real motherfucker. When I was like, yo, I'm about to quit my job and work for myself like a G. They was scared because nobody in the family had ever done that. But then I rose above fear and doubt and I created success for myself. And now I got a multi six-figure business and I help hundreds to thousands of people all around the world. So yeah, man, your family ain't gonna support you all the time, but you just gotta believe more in yourself than the doubters. Thank you for all you do helping people and me. Hey, that's what's up, man. I'm glad I can help. My man's Ender just dropped a bunch of emojis in the chat, man. Shout out to the emojis. I went 500 over my calories. Is that bad? If your goal was to be in a deficit that day, then yeah, you failed. But it's okay. That was, it's in the past. You can't do nothing about it. But if that was yesterday, today's a new day. If that was today, the day's not over with, man. You can get your ass up and move while you watch this live, burn some calories, go have some sex, go do another workout. I don't know. But tomorrow's a new day, man. You can start fresh tomorrow. You get more support from a stranger than your family, bro. That's a fact. I have signed up more strangers for my program than friends and family. If you guys want to rise above your current status, you got to get out of the mindset that the people that knew you from day one are going to be the people that help you rise to the top. I get more love and support from people that I never knew before I started this journey than the people that knew me previously. And that's not a shot at my family and friends. That's just like what it is. To be exceptional in any endeavor, you have to rise above and you got to make room in your life for new friends. That's the only way that you're going to get better. Toby YouTube says you're pessimistic. I've never heard somebody say that, but maybe. I mean, that's your opinion. You can say that, But I mean, you just got to call a spade, whatever that means. All of my muscles are flat, and I have 2 weeks left in the cut. How do I eat the following 8 week? How do I eat following the 8-week cut? Just go into a reverse diet. Go into a reverse diet, man. Bump your calories up to maintenance. Or from your deficit, just add 150 to 200 calories once every 2 weeks until your weight stabilizes and your metabolic rate starts to pick up. You'll know that's the case if you gain, like, let's say 5 to 10 pounds really quickly, but you maintain a similar aesthetic. Maybe you're tracking your body fat percentage through like an InBody or like or maybe even you go as hard as to get a DEXA, and what you'll see is your muscle percentage will skyrocket, but your fat percentage will either stay the same or drop. And that's when you know you're properly reverse dieting, because the intent there is to, like you said, expand the muscle, reinflate the muscles, because your muscles are only flat because you're lacking glycogen and water. So you reintroduce, maybe some carbohydrates. You make sure you're still staying hydrated, bumping those calories up. What's going to happen is those muscles are going to inflate, and then your weight's going to obviously go up in response to that. But if you're tracking your fat percentage and you see it's muscle, you won't panic. And then in addition to that, what you typically are going to want to track is the progressions in your lifts. If you're still making progressions in your lifts, guess what, man? You're putting on muscle. And that's what you want coming out of a cut. So that's what I would recommend. NYC, what's up, Cory? If trainers had to get a personal trainer license similar to how nurses and doctors have their licenses, Do you think health and fitness fields will expand more? I don't, because most trainers and gyms have licenses, right? You can't train in the gym legitimately, like for a gym, whether it's a corporation or even a box gym, without having a personal training certification, and a CPR. With a personal training certification, you have to get a CPR certification as well. So there are certifications in place for insurance purposes, because there's like a multitude of lawsuits around liability around like health and fitness, like things that have happened in the past. So you actually do have to have a license to personal train in a gym. To do it like online, or some people like sneak people into gyms and train them. You don't need a license to do that. That's like some under the table shit. But like, all gyms require you to have a license. So do I think the field would expand? No, because that's the state of the field right now. Keto is overrated. I would agree. You can't do it all alone. Uh, okay. I don't know anybody who thinks that you can do everything alone, but I'm glad you went as far as to like double down on that point. Good job, Toby. Sean Shreds in the building. Sean, what up, man? Mm. Spam the W's in the chat. Spam the W's. Okay. Name a soccer player for an edit. Nah, I'm good, fam. I don't watch soccer. I'm black. Grew up in the city, man. That's not what we was watching. We was watching football and basketball. And that's not a shot at soccer, man. I think soccer it's a great game. It's exciting. I just didn't grow up on it. Free Palestine. Shout out to Palestine, man. I don't know what they're getting free from, but shout out to them. Benefits of drinking lots of water, better performance, better recovery. You're gonna have detoxification, more fat loss, anti-aging. It's gonna regulate your hormones better, better immune system function, organ function, brain function. The list goes on. Cory, I thought you didn't fuck with Walmart water. I usually don't, but if it's the only water available, I would. This ain't Walmart water. This is Vitamin Shop water. You know what I'm saying? Thoughts on OMAD? I think it's great. I think it's difficult for most people though to get the close to their protein totals in it, but I think it's great. True, but you can't compare personal training certifications to a nurse practitioner license. Yeah, that's true, because they're two different things. They're two different things. That's like saying, oh man, you can't compare an NBA championship to a NFL Super Bowl. Yeah, because they're two different sports. Nobody said there was a comparison, bro. You know what I'm saying? What are bench pressing right now? What are bench pressing right now? Today I'm going 185, 5x5 to start my lift. Uh, I mean, the last time I was doing some bench press, I think I was lifting about the same as you. 185 for like 8 to 12 reps. That's my body weight. You know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. Do you agree that diet isn't strict with powerlifting as bodybuilding? Um, I mean, when you say strict, that's kind of broad. What does that mean? Right? Like strict in what sense? Because like there's rules to every game. So just like I just use the example of basketball versus football. You can't run with the ball in your hand like this in basketball because that's traveling. But the only way you can carry the ball in football is like this, right? But it's a ball, but it's two different games. Same thing with powerlifting and bodybuilding, right? They both use weights to accomplish their goals, but they're using the weights for different purposes. The powerlifter's objective is to lift as much weight as possible, right? The bodybuilders is to sculpt the body in a certain way to reach a certain aesthetic goal. So when you say strict, there's this Asian lady that wants to join my chat, my live. I'm sorry, I'm still talking, baby, but you can type your thing in the chat. Um, so when you say strict, I don't know that they're strict. There's just different rules that they use food for. The bodybuilder uses food to sculpt their body a certain way. So they're looking to hit targets to get their body to look a certain way. The bodybuilder doesn't give the power builder, my bad, the power lifter, I'm tripping. He doesn't give a fuck about how his body looks. Usually. Most power lifters, they only looking for one thing, to get stronger. So they're looking to get as many calories as they can in so that they can give their body the fuel it needs to lift the heaviest weight. So it's not that it's like one is strict versus the other isn't strict. It's just they have different objectives with weight, different objectives with food, right? That's all it is. Are you a Brandon Carter protege? Yeah, Brandon Carter's, that's big bro. That's my mentor. What's your opinion on plyometrics? I think plyometrics are great if you're an athlete. That's the only people that should be doing plyometrics. Uh, like you don't have to have the cleanest diet. Miles, I think your question is super broad. Like it's not clear what you asking. Like clean diet means nothing, right? Because it's not objective. Clean diet is subjective, right? So you think about subjective is in nature and like, you know, somebody who, like for example, my girlfriend drinks alcohol, right? So when she doesn't drink alcohol, right, when she has like an alcohol cleanse, that's her version of cleaning up her diet, right? Me, I don't drink alcohol, very rarely, maybe like twice a year, right? So my version of cleaning up my diet has nothing to do with alcohol. You know what me cleaning up my diet is? Like hitting my macros on point. So the cleanliness of your diet is contingent upon your standards, right? That's why I don't ever talk about, man, guys, eat healthy. Like healthy is not objective, it's subjective. Healthy for the person that's fat is to stop eating so much fucking food. Healthy for the person who's too skinny or malnourished is eat some more fucking food, right? It's two different sets of advice for two different sets of people, right? So healthy is not objective, just like clean diet is not objective. Uh Unc, what fire are you listening to on those headphones? I am listening to the theme song to Hunter Hunter right now. I'm on my anime playlist shit. Combine plyometrics with heavy strength training. People say to interfere. What's your opinion on this? I strength train 6 days a week and do plyos right after my weightlifting for 6 days a week. Jameis, I think you got to ask yourself, what are you looking to accomplish, right? Like what is the objective of plyometric? Plyometrics typically like is referring to just like explosive type movements, shit where you can, jump and land better, right? So it translates to better athleticism. Like people who play like basketball or football or different dynamic sports where you have to jump, they practice plyometrics. If you're looking to burn fat or build muscle, you ain't got to do no damn plyometrics, bro. Yeah, you do football. So like, for football, it's great, right? But for like us, regular, humans that just want to look good at the beach, you gotta do no fucking plyometrics, man. Can I take 20 milligrams of MK6 with 50 milligrams of Anavar, trying to lose fat and build muscle? You can do whatever the hell you want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about either because I've never taken them. Hungry Kitty, that's a great name. I'm diabetic. Someone told me to watch my carbs and start resistance training with cardio. I'm 302. Hungry Kitty, somebody gave you great advice. You know, dropping your carbs will lower your blood sugar levels, which will inherently cause you to reduce the insulin secretion that makes you diabetic, right? The reason why you're diabetic is your body secretes too much insulin to remove sugars from your bloodstream. It's too much sugar because you either ate too fucking much or don't move enough or both, right? So this person that told you to reduce your carbs, they love you. They want you to win in life, right? Like DJ Khaled said, they want you to win, right? So yeah, reducing carb intake will reduce your blood sugar levels, and so will lifting weights, and so will moving more, doing some cardio. So yes, I think that's great. My man said, I'm diabetes. You ain't gotta be diabetes, man. You can change that. What do you use to track your calories? I use an app on my phone. It's called the Cory Armstrong Fitness app. Y'all can't use it because y'all not clients of mine. but only my clients get it. Before I developed my own app, I was using an app called MyFitnessPal though. Works the same. The only difference is my shit just got my content in it. That's it. Y'all can go use MyFitnessPal for free right now. I'm doing pause workouts, 2 to 3 reps, 245 to 250. Now pause bench. Do you think I can get 290? Yeah, I don't see why not. I'm not. I'm just repeating what you said earlier. Yeah, man, I was just reading the comments, or I was reading it fast and I missed some words. I'm not perfect. I never said I was, baby. Is alcohol good for muscle building? Hell no. Alcohol is one of the worst things you can consume if you're looking to build muscle. It inherently stops the process of muscle protein synthesis. That's when your body's taking the amino acids from protein and converting it into new muscle for you. So it's negating all your work by you drinking that alcohol. I can't do well on 5 small meals throughout the day. I like oatmeal style of eating or intermittent fasting. 5 small meals a day is some dumb shit. I think it's terrible advice. What's better, brown rice or white rice? I know brown rice has more fiber, but is white okay? Yeah, I think white rice is way better. I think brown rice personally tastes like cardboard. I hate it. I get so mad when I go to Chipotle and they run out of white rice and then they put that brown rice in your bowl, you know what I'm saying? Cuz that's all they got. My heart be broken. It shit tastes like cardboard. Uh, I'm working out 3 to 4 days a week, deficit, minimum of 500 calories, walking 10,000 steps a day, 1 to 2 cheat meals every week. So far, I've lost 13 pounds and gained some muscle. Hey, Danosh lost 13 pounds. Let's clap it up for the big dog. Danosh. Any tips? Keep doing what you've been doing, bro. You're losing weight. Don't overthink it. Chobani yogurt is good for protein. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Um, oh man, Dixon is over here saying wild shit. If you're trying to lose weight, should you avoid rice during the deficit periods? Nah, man, rice is fine. Just make sure you track how much you're eating. King Bakuri wants to be a co-host. Nah, man, you can't be a co-host, bro. But you can type your question in the chat, bro. I don't know what type of wild shit you might say. Is drinking urine good for hydration and workout? I don't think so, man. I don't think they recommend that when you go to the doctor's office and they be like, "Yo, you want to stay more hydrated?" You know, I don't think that's on top of the list. Sugar, carbs, and protein pre-workout will make you feel stronger, right? Possibly, right? Protein doesn't really have an impact on your performance in a workout, though. Like the glucose from sugar and carbs would be more effective at boosting your strength. Would implementing chicken drumsticks into my diet be great for protein? Nah, man. Chicken drumsticks is probably one of the worst ways to get more protein, man. That shit is almost bar for bar with the fat percentage, man. You know what I'm saying? Chicken drumsticks, this is like the carb to fat ratio is trash, man. Get you some chicken breast, bro. Breaded drumsticks is even worse, man. It's needless carbs and fats. It's not a protein source at that point. That shit got the same macros as like maybe like a protein bar. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, man. Just get you some chicken breast. That's a better source of chicken protein. Breaded chicken fingers, no, same shit, man. It's probably the equivalent of the macros of like a RX bar. Y'all ever ate a RX bar? It's trash. Don't do it. The macros are trash too. Is cheap frozen chicken breast still good? Yeah, man. If it's like boneless, if it's boneless, skinless, yeah, I think so. Corey, I have an amateur boxer. I had an injury. I'm slowly trying to come out of the injury like rehab. Okay. I want to build. I want to be built like Iron Mike Tyson because I learned his peekaboo style of boxing. Hey, I believe in you, man. I'm rooting for you, fam. I think you can do it. Be mindful though. Mike Tyson was a genetic freak, man. It's not a lot of people who have the genetics of a Mike, but you can get close to it. Please tell me you're not. Please tell me you're not telling people that there are carbohydrates in chicken legs. Yeah, man. If you put bread on chicken legs, it is. Fried chicken has carbs. Go look it up. Go get you a fried chicken, right? Put that shit in MyFitnessPal and watch. It's gonna have carbs, fats, and protein. What are your thoughts on Oikos yogurt? Yeah, I think it's great. Any breaded chicken or fried chicken, I think all fried chicken is trash. Fried chicken, breaded chicken, it's the same. Chicken tenders with the bread on it, chicken nuggets with the breading on it, it's all trash. You can eat chicken legs without frying them. Who does that? Like who eats chicken legs without frying them? I don't know a lot of people that do, right? Anything fried has carbs. Yes. For the most part, unless it's air fried, right? If you air fry it, then that's different, you know. Uh what do you think about Diddy? I never think about Diddy. I never think about Diddy. He's not on my mind. Lydia, I eat baked chicken legs. I mean, you are one of one, man. I don't know a lot of people out here eating baked chicken legs, but either way, baked chicken, guys, look at the macros on it. It's not a good protein source. When you look at a good protein source, you got to look at the ratio. Okay, protein, essentially, from a macronutrient standpoint, is the hardest macro to get out of all three, right? So let's say you get a chicken leg that has 20 grams of protein for the portion that you get, right? The fats on it might be half. It might be like 10 or 12 grams, right? So that's like a 2-to-1 ratio, right? A better ratio for you guys who just don't know is if you get chicken breast, because that same 20 grams will end up being less than 5 grams of fat. This is important if you are in a calorie deficit. I know a lot of you big motherfuckers don't care because you like, oh man, chicken breast is so nasty and I need some tasty meat in my mouth. Hey, it's fine. You can have some tasty meat in your mouth if you want. I'm just saying from a purely numerical standpoint, if you look at the calories compared, the chicken breast to the chicken leg, you're gonna save on calories eating the chicken breast. You're gonna get more protein per ounce, less fats, which means it's gonna be easy to adhere to a calorie deficit. So if you want to lose fat faster without having to do as much work, just eat chicken thighs, man. I mean, just eat chicken breasts, man. The chicken thighs are still gonna be around when you lose your big ass belly. You know what I'm saying? Just put it on hold for now, man. They not gonna stop making chicken legs, man. That shit been around for generations. Your grandparents was eating chicken legs, right? They not gonna stop doing it. Just because you going on like a 3 to 6 month cut to lose some weight, don't mean that like chicken thighs is gonna be gone forever, man. Just calm the fuck down, man. Eat some chicken breasts. Hey Corey, what are some good diets for the people trying to lose weight and build muscle, but also have a heart failure? I would say generally speaking, man, there is no good diet really. Just like there's no bad diet, it's just like what can you stick to consistently? All diets come down to manipulating your macros to put you in a calorie deficit. That's it. So they all have the same objective, but they do it in different ways. The keto dorks, the carnivore dorks like me that say track your macros, dorks that be like, yo, let's just go on a watermelon fast, right? Whatever the fuck you're hearing on the internet, man, everybody's objective is the same. Put you in a calorie deficit by reducing certain macros. That's it. You got to ask yourself, which one can you make into a lifestyle long term? Because whatever you do to lose the weight, you have to continue to do to keep that weight off. So I would just say, like, pick one that you can do consistently. I preach track your macros because that's not giving up a whole food group. That's just like, yo, track how much of each food group you get, and be more tactical. Be more proactive. Plan ahead. That's all that is. But for some of y'all, that's too hard. You just, oh man, I gotta type some numbers in my phone. I can't handle that, right? You're just too soft for that. It's fine. Just give up a food group like these other dorks, man. I don't care. I do care that you get some success in whatever you do. Don't give yourself the illusion that the diet is the magic. It's not the diet, it's the calorie deficit. And you still have to do the work to create that deficit. Man, I'm fat. I get mad going outside because I'm fat and I'm changing it. See, that's some G shit. My man said he's going to do something to change his life, and I support that, man. Don't be a complainer. Be somebody who takes action. Is your TT the same as your YouTube? Yes, my TikTok is the same as my YouTube. All my handles is my name. Um, don't be a Tommy. Yeah, Tommy having a lot of fun right now. We're gonna let him do his thing. Rest in peace, King Von. King Von, as in the rapper. King Von didn't pass away, man. What you talking about? Oh yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, this was like back in 2020, man. Yeah, R.I.P. to King Von, man. Shows how much I know. Bro live under a rock. Yeah, man. I be working, man. Like, I be working, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Cory, I have celiacs, so I gotta be gluten free. Any advice on how to gain muscle? Yeah, make sure all your carb sources aren't grains. That's it. There's a lot of carb sources that ain't grains, man. Beans are a carb source. It's not grains. Fruit, carb source, not grains. You can go with dried fruit is a good sleeper, one that people don't really think a lot about. Potatoes is a good one. It's a lot of them. You just have to track it, stay consistent with the calorie surplus as well as getting your protein in. And that Warren says, brother, for real, what cycle you running right now? I'm talking to y'all, man. I'm not on a cycle. I'm standing up talking to y'all. I'm not on a bike. Bro, Diago Joda, dried rip. Okay. Hello to my trainer. Greetings. What up? What's good? Non-cooked protein aside from yogurt and tuna. Protein shakes. Protein shakes is a good non-cooked, just as well as protein bars. You can also get chicken that's not cooked by you. You can have somebody cook it. I don't cook no more, guys. I ain't cooked in 5 years. I've been getting food from a meal prep company for the past 5 years. You can just pay somebody to cook for you. Chicken, steak, salmon. You can have whatever you want. How would you go from 25 to 10 to 12%? How many steps did you get daily? As many as I could. 25% body fat. You big as hell, bro. You need to be stepping right now. But it's not about the steps you do. It's just about calorie deficit, how consistent you can be. Any chance we can get a how to cook video? Nah, because I don't do it no more. Right? I did do like 10 cooking videos for y'all a couple years ago. But it was a lot of work because I had to go buy the food. Then I had to go buy the pots and pans. And then I had to buy trays to store the food, meal prep trays to do it. It was a lot of fucking work, man. You know what I'm saying? When you think about my whole lifestyle is built around my meals get delivered to me every week. Like I had to do some extra shit, and I don't like doing a bunch of extra shit if I ain't got to. But there's a lot of people that do cooking content on the internet, man. You don't need me for cooking content, bro. How do I get muscle but stay the same weight and lean? You don't. Ain't no way to do that, bro. The only way to do that is if you one, you could take maybe some steroids and maybe that might work. I wouldn't recommend that. That put your heart at risk. You could go on a quest though to go find these magical orbs called the Dragon Balls, right? You got to find 7 of them, and they're gonna be scattered across the land, right? But once you find all 7, right, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna ask for Shenron to come out. It's a mystical dragon, and he's gonna grant your wish. Ask him to, make that transition for you, where you gain muscle but you stay the same weight, and he could do that for you, you know. But in real life, I ain't really seen nobody like do that. I've only seen shit like that happen on like, you know, Dragon Ball. In real life, you have to like lose fat and build muscle, right? So you have to lose the fat first and then build the muscle after. So you have to drop weight, you know what I'm saying? You got to lose a few pounds of fat because fat is weight, right? And then you have to build muscle from that weight. That's how it works in real life. But if you can find those Dragon Balls, you can skip all that shit. Yo, I'm trying to get in the best shape I can in a span of 25 days. Give me some advice, please. Um, Lift weights, get stronger, hit your macros, get 10,000 steps in a day, a gallon of water a day, 6 to 8 hours of sleep every day. And just track everything. Make sure you actually hitting those numbers. That's the best advice I got for you. If you need more, just go grab my free fat loss system. The link is in the bio. Cory, do honey packets affect my muscles? Honey packets? You mean like packets of honey? How would that affect? Like I don't know. It's just no. It's just honey. Like why would honey make you build more muscle? It's just sugar. Um, how much sleep is important for muscle recovery as an athlete? It's probably one of the most important things, man. You know, a lot of what you do in terms of like being able to optimize for performance is going to be contingent upon how well rested you are. And then if you're training like in the off season as an athlete, all your training, you're not gonna get better on the field. You're gonna get better in the adaptation in the recovery phase. So yeah, it's vitally important. If I'm eating in a calorie surplus and building muscle, is the strength phase the best for training? Uh, the strength phase is one of many phases. So whatever whatever phase is the phase you're not doing, that's the best phase for you right now. Your body responds to novelty, just like your girlfriend does, right? If you're doing the same things with your girlfriend every week, you're taking her to the same places, she gonna get bored, right? You gonna hear about it. She ain't gonna like you that much. But then you take her somewhere new, it's like, oh shit, this is novel. I'm excited again about this relationship. That's how your muscles are too, right? You send a certain adaptation signal with whatever phase you're training in, right? And that adaptation phase typically takes somewhere between 3 to 6 weeks. If you've been training the same way for more than 6 weeks, your body's already adapted. So that shit's not as useful. So that's when you go into a strength phase or an endurance phase or a mass phase or even a tempo phase. I just talked about it in my most recent YouTube video. You can go check that out. But yeah, the phase you're not doing right now is the most useful for you because that's the adaptation that you haven't gotten yet. What do you think about Ozempic to be used for temporary tool until you get to a good nutrition habit or routine? I'm not a fan of it personally. I got some clients that's on it, which should tell you something, right? Even though you got a Ozempic, you still need systems. You still need to be accountable and consistent to actually create those lifestyle habits that you're talking about. So I've had people who got the Ozempic, hit a plateau, because all that shit do is make you not hungry. So you're gonna be in a calorie deficit because it destroys your appetite. But then once you get to a certain amount of weight loss and you don't see no muscle definition or no changes, and you want to lose more, you want more changes, what do? You change your approach, right? So those people end up hiring me because they're like, oh, I need to get past this plateau. I need a system that's designed for that. All right. So I design them a system and then I hold them accountable to make sure it gets followed. Right. So I think Ozempic, look, it's a temporary relief, right? It's a temporary solution to a permanent problem. Your problem is you made poor decisions with food and exercise for a very long amount of time. And you are the sum total of those poor decisions. So now you're correcting those decisions by making new ones. But Ozempic can't change the decision-making process. Only you can do that. Some people just need some help with like a structure, and some accountability to stay on it. If y'all need help with that, go get that free fat loss system. That's a good starting point. Guys, I got to get on my next meeting. But if this was helpful and you want me to go live again this week, type live in the chat. Type live in the chat. Y'all want me to make some time to come holla at y'all this week again. And that's it and that's all. I see y'all later. Peace.